Hey, today we're going to talk about some bad news regarding the Galactic War, specifically the Center of Science in Finir. Also, I'll discuss a brand new jump pack leak. Together, we'll go over a cool Space Marine 2 mod for Helldivers 2, and cover so much more. If you want to stay updated, feel free to like this video, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss out on the daily news. Alright Helldivers, we've got Galactic War news. As of making this video, we almost lost Finir, where the Center of Science is located. You can see here on the Galactic War map that the right side isn't looking too well. The Terminates have decided to attack here, and we're losing the planet quite drastically until just recently we picked up more Helldivers. If you look at a well-known site called the Helldivers 2 Companion app, you can see that at the time we were losing. I highly suggest we send the Democracy Space Station over here instead of keeping it at Good Crux. The reason is, if we stop this attack soon, we can also prevent any future attacks from happening. All we have to do is send it over to Finir, then donate our requisition slips to get the orbital blockade running, and that should help out a lot. We can then activate another tactical action to help us even further. Regardless of the outcome, we should still send the Democracy Space Station over here. I think it's a solid idea since we can stop any sort of attacks from happening and keep this planet safe until the major order is finished. What's interesting about this whole entire situation is someone predicted this, or rather possibly cursed it. There's a post here where this Helldiver basically said, when will Joel attack this planet? And what do you know, it happened shortly right after. I suppose it was to be expected. I mean, the planet is on the major order, so we should have anticipated, Joel would do something. I believe we should take this as a learning lesson the next time we have a major order that require us to hold a planet. Nevertheless, the situation is going on and the Illuminates are still jumping around and invading different planets. I actually have a Helldiver on my Discord that brought up an interesting theory. You can see a member of mine called Savrog that wrote, "Here's a theory, hear me out. The Illuminates are probably searching for one specific planet that was slashed from Super Earth records by being renamed. That planet is their homeworld of Squibay Shrine. It was a purple-blue forest biome. Meanwhile, in the first game, Malevelon Creek was a desert planet. At some point after the first Galactic War, Squibay Shrine was renamed to Malevelon Creek, and they shall take residence on it once again. This would also explain why devs have placed so much attention onto it. Every diver is aware of Malevelon Creek. It's too special for just a random planet." You know what, I like that theory a lot, and it actually makes sense. Super Earth essentially wiped the name from the record, created a new name, plus the Illuminates have been jumping around all over the place. Maybe they're just trying to find their homeworld. There's also the other theory about the monoliths. I've seen comments suggesting that they're powering the wormhole to eventually send the rest of the Illuminate faction, including new enemies. I've seen a comment where someone suggested they're using it to communicate with their homeworld, or possibly whatever's on the other side of the wormhole. What if the wormhole is another part of the universe where we have lost and the Illuminates won? I know not a lot of people like that theory, mainly due to the fact it's based on different universes, and I guess people don't like that. Anyway, there's a lot of theories going around, and I've been having a blast reading them. I recently asked in a poll, what do you think the monoliths are used for? We can see 12% voted that it's being used to power the wormhole, 85% believe it's used to communicate with their homeworld, and 3% voted they've got another theory. Someone suggested that it's being used to assist in mind control in the Volus. Another Helldiver said they're siphoning it to power something, and the last one I'll share from the comments is that it could be used to terraform. If you have any theories, post them below and I'll check a few of the comments. What we have next is an intriguing set of statistics on which stratagems are used the most on the Illuminate faction. There's a Helldiver right here who has kept track of players' loadouts, which includes 6,000 players. Now apparently this Helldiver found out that 20.3% chose the guard dog, 11.9% selected the jump pack, 11.6% prefer to use the MG43, and lastly for the support stratagems, we can see that 7.7% enjoyed using the shield generator pack. I think by far the MG43 and guard dog are the best for the Illuminates. The reason being that the MG43 can easily take out harvesters, as well as Volus and overseers. If you shoot at the shoulders, specifically on the harvesters, or rather the legs that connect to the top portion of the body, you can easily defeat them. And the guard dog is good at wiping out overseers like it's nothing due to its armor penetration. Nevertheless, let's continue onwards. This time we have offensive stratagems. First, starting off at the top, the Eagle 500 kg bomb stands out as the most favored offensive stratagem, with a usage rate of 34.2%. This can decimate harvesters and any of these smaller enemies. Closely following, the orbital laser is selected by 29.6% of the players. This stratagem is great for its precision and the ability to deliver continuous damage, making it excellent for targeting specifically harvesters or dealing with groups of Volus. The napalm barrage is loved by many, and we can see that because 11.3% have chosen this to be a part of their loadout. I'll be honest, I don't use it as often on the Illuminate, but it's a great stratagem that can wipe out multiple Volus and overseers with ease. Next, we have the Strafe Run, which was picked 10.9% of the time. I actually use this stratagem quite a lot, mainly to lower warp ship shields and to take out Volus and overseers. Finally, we have the Orbital Precision Strike with 10.8% of the Helldivers selecting it. I think this is surprising since it can be tricky to use, mainly on harvesters. Besides that, it's an okay stratagem to use on warp ships and groups of Illuminate. And the reason why I say it's somewhat difficult, or kind of difficult, is because the harvesters can easily pop up that shield. We've gone over support and offensive stratagems, now we have defensive stratagems. Out of 6,000 players, Helldivers decided to use the Galleon Sentry the most, with 25.3% of them having a blast using this. This is my go-to stratagem for defensive missions. I for sure use this one 100% of the time, and it's by far my favorite stratagem for defending the rockets. Another fan favorite of mine is the Machine Gun Sentry, which players also liked using, with 15.6% of Helldivers picking this to be a part of their loadout. These two defensive stratagems pair nicely together, and it can be used to wipe out not only Illuminate enemies easily, but also Terminates and Automatons. With that side, 10% of the players manage democracy by using the Autocannon Sentry. It's by far one of the best anti-tank stratagems. Speaking of which, the Rocket Sentry was used by 9% of the players to help them take out Harvesters, Overseers, and the Volus. The last stratagem on the list is quite surprising. I would have expected this one to be used the most, but you can see that the AT-47 emplacement was used 5.9% of the time. I'm only surprised because this stratagem is a beast when it comes down to destroying Illuminate warp ships. Overall, the data was gathered from 6,000 players, and it's cool to see which stratagems were selected the most out of that many players. Sure, it's not the entire community, however it's a good amount, and it sort of gives us a general idea of what players prefer to use the most. Moving onwards, we have a new jump pack leak. Before we get into that, I'd like to give you all a warning. If you would like to avoid this part of the video, then head to the description below and select a different timestamp. Now that you have been warned, we are going to discuss the jump pack leak. What we have here is information from Tier 5 NBC. In this Reddit post, Tier 5 informed us that the high efficiency thruster pack is not the official model or design, and that he had to swap the models around. Nonetheless, the main point of the stratagem is to give us a higher jump than the lift pack stratagem, and it appears to help you shoot more accurately in the air. There's a downside to using this as it has a longer cooldown than the lift pack, although to be fair, this could change during development. We also have a comparison between the dark fluid pack a while ago and the high efficiency thruster pack. They both have the same jump height, which I absolutely love. I was a big fan of the dark fluid pack when we were able to use that months ago. Now that we have something similar in terms of how high you can jump is phenomenal, and I can't wait to get my hands on this. What do you think about the new jump pack? Do you like it or not? Let's talk about it in the comments. On a different note, we have a cool new mod that has been developed by Halo Says and Kalava.kl, if I'm pronouncing that right. If I'm not, I apologize. I had asked for permission to talk about this from the mod creators. Anyhow, what we have here is a Space Marine 2 mod for Helldivers 2. The armor has been replaced, as well as the Hell Pod, and the exosuit is now the Invictor Tactical War Suit. I don't know about you all, but this has made me want a Space Marine 2 crossover so badly, or at least some sort of Warhammer collab. It's by far the best mod I've seen yet in Helldivers 2. Maybe I'm being biased considering I love Warhammer, albeit I think it's a hell of a mod, and if I had Helldivers 2 on PC, I would for sure download this. I don't believe it's available just yet to download. I'll leave a link to the creators, and I'll also leave a link to the Reddit thread where this Helldiver gave me permission to talk about it. So shout out to the mod creators. Last but not least, we have the top comments from last time. If you guys would like to be featured on the channel, all you have to do is comment down below, and that's it. The first top comment is from Tiny Traveler. Little known fact, the bug's first major order wasn't completed so quickly because of hackers. General Brash was just given a 2-hour head start. I'm gonna tell you guys right now, I absolutely love the comments, and I appreciate you guys that post some things like this. That's hilarious. So yeah, definitely funny. And hey, maybe so. Maybe General Brash is that good. The second top comment is from Cloaker, and it's good to see you again, bud. You wrote, a hacker was captured this morning and put on trial today. Sentence, death. Would you like to know more? Ministry of Truth. The last and final top comment is by Azrael the Helldiver. At 6:20, the flag is tattered on the ground under the feet of the Helldiver with the railgun. It is there, but discarded and tattered. It is also the first time all 4 Helldivers are actively fighting. You're not wrong there, and you've got a great eye. Overall, this might just determine what's going to happen in the future when it comes down to the Galactic War, which is what we talked about previously. Anyways, if you guys have enjoyed this video, feel free to comment down below, subscribe, turn on notifications, and give this video a big fat like. If you guys have any questions, again, just comment. I appreciate you guys' support and everything that you guys do. And just let me know your thoughts about everything in this video. You guys are the best, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.